What up, people? Welcome back to the Dugout Podcast. Yeah, man. It's your boy Ryan Leaf over here. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just please click subscribe at the top over there. If you haven't listened to me on the podcast, you can find me on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or basically wherever you listen to podcasts. So, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm not going to waste your time much because I know everybody's just chilling out, relaxing, or you're working remotely from home during this lockdown period. It's a nice sunny day here in Durban, South Africa, but I hope everybody is good, yeah? So let's have a chat, yeah. Willian has apparently sealed his emotional return with Jose Mourinho, meaning that he's actually agreed a move to Tottenham Hotspur. That deal for me didn't make sense. So Jose has been a very big admirer of Willian for the longest time after he worked with him at Chelsea, and Jose Mourinho has taken the necessary steps to go ahead and sign Willian on a pre-contract agreement. Now, Willian is coming into the 6 months, or the last 6 months, actually the last couple of months of his contract with Chelsea, and he's allowed to speak to other clubs and sign on a pre-contract agreement. Now, with the coronavirus pandemic, it's also jeopardized the amount of money Willian can possibly go for. So I think Tottenham getting on a free transfer, it means a lot to Tottenham. It does. Tottenham are not going to be spending money. They're getting a seasoned professional and someone that knows the Premier League better than most players in the Tottenham team. The one part that didn't make sense to me, is that Tottenham right now are stocked with wingers. They've got Eric Lamela, they've got Lucas Moura, they've got Lo Celso can fill out there every now and again. I don't believe he's actually meant to be out wide. Steven Bergwijn and Son Heung-min. Now, for me, that is a lot of players that can play out wide. You know, I think Jose Mourinho learns his lesson from having injury crises when he lost Harry Kane and when he lost Son last year. When he lost those two, Tottenham looked very thin. Their squad looked as if they needed some freshening up, and it looked as if it needed some new blood within the team. I think Tottenham suffered without the likes of Son and Harry Kane. You know, Willian's deal comes through as a way of Jose Mourinho bolstering his squad and the quality at his disposal. I think it's a good move for Tottenham in terms of just squad depth. You know, just increasing the amount of players they have that can play out wide. In all honesty, it kind of baffles me because a couple of years ago, when Willian was at Shakhtar Donetsk and Tottenham wanted him, well, basically the whole of Europe wanted Willian. The whole of Europe wanted him. So it makes no sense to me sometimes that he's now wanting to go to Tottenham. You know, Tottenham has now become an attractive proposition for him when he had a medical at Tottenham a couple of years ago and then signed for Chelsea. So anyway, he done those things, signed for Chelsea anyway, and now he's on his way to Tottenham finally. But for me, it's just a weird one. It's totally out of the blue. I didn't expect this, but there have been rumors for a while coming across from Europe. I think BN Sports have been the main advocates for this transfer speculation, and Willian's deal to Tottenham looks certainly done. I think he is about to be reunited with Jose Mourinho, and it does make sense in terms of squad depth. It makes sense in terms of what Jose demands from his football players. I think because Jose has worked with Willian before, because we've seen Jose go to what he knows in the past. We've seen him go and sign players that he knows and players that know how to work with him. I think Jose prefers to sign quality players from different clubs that he's worked with because they can understand his demands. You know, Jose demands a work rate unlike any other manager that I've seen, attacking and defensively. So Willian just makes sense because of he understands what Jose's demands are. I think we've seen plenty of time. We've seen Willian being very good offensively, beating his fullback, you know, either whipping balls, you know, providing an assist. But we've seen him also track back and help his fullback out defensively. I've seen plenty of time Willian behind the halfway line, helping his fullback, doubling up with the fullback to help him defend against tricky wingers. I've seen it plenty of time. So it does make sense for Willian to go to Tottenham. Will he play? This is the biggest question. Will Willian play at Tottenham? No. I don't believe Willian starts. I don't. Right now, I don't believe Willian starts. What Willian does bring to the team is energy. Energy. Very similar to what Steven Bergwijn brought when he first came to Tottenham. He brings energy. He brings a willingness to attack his fullback, a willingness to track back and help his fullback, a willingness to also get involved with dead ball situations. We've seen in the past that Willian's been quite the dead ball specialist. So Tottenham have missed that. Tottenham have really missed a dead ball specialist within their team. Ever since they lost Christian Eriksen, they've been unable to fill that void of someone that can take on free kicks, someone that can provide that last crucial pass, someone that can cut a defense open in half. Willian brings those things. We expected Lo Celso to be that player, but we've only seen little flashes of his brilliance in the Premier League for the past year and a bit. We haven't seen Lo Celso in his prime like what we saw in La Liga. So I think the Willian deal makes sense. It makes sense for squad depth, just for a new option for Jose to unlock defenses, and at the same time it also makes a new option to bring off the bench. I think it's a great deal. I just think it's a bit controversial, judging by the fact of Willian's deal with Tottenham a couple of years ago, where he refused to sign for them, had a medical, and went to Chelsea. So it makes no sense to me. But it's a good deal for him personally too. I think the situation at Chelsea was a bit tough for him. I think he wanted 1 year extra, a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal, and I think Chelsea weren't willing to do so. Chelsea are infamous for not giving players over 30 more than 1 year deals, and I think that's also basically what happened with Willian. Willian loves Chelsea. He wants to be there, but he doesn't want to be put on a 1 year deal every year. It kind of leaves his future in uncertainty. Going to Tottenham leaves his future certain, because I don't think Tottenham will sign him on a 1 year deal. I think Tottenham will sign him on like a 2 or 3 year deal. So Willian's deal does make sense. I think Daniel Levy knows that signing him on a 2 year deal, him performing very well for 1 year, and then him being sold for a couple quid the following year, it makes financial sense, in that regard. So what do you guys think? Hit me up on Twitter at RWLeafGreen. Hit me up on Instagram at The Dugout Podcast. And what do you guys think? I think I'm on episode 104? 105? Damn. But this is my first episode of YouTube for the podcast. So this audio will be on the podcast, guys. Take it easy. Hope you guys are safe and just enjoy, yeah? This is your boy Ryan Leaf. Have the best week.